And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to season 2 of the Loves Gymnastics podcast, brought to you by the Loves Gymnastics Network, brought to you by the creator of this, Michaela Loves Gymnastics, and her co-host, Oscar, aka Gymnastics Saves Lives, Miss Shayna, and Ezra. And together, we bring you the Loves Gymnastics podcast. Season 2 begins now. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We love and appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, bring more people into the community. It's NCAA 2025 time. Let's go, girls! And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Welcome back to my channel, Michaela Loves Gymnastics. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April 6th, 2025. How are you guys doing? I decided to jump on this bright early morning because I have to go to work this afternoon. So I'll be watching day 2 of regionals with you all for my job. But right now, I have a few opinions that just been on my mind since last night about what happened in day 1 of regionals finals. And I just want to concur with Spencer in the balance beam situation with his opinion, which was UCLA and Utah both should feel very lucky that they was in the least competitive regionals, because a team like Kentucky, a team like Missouri, maybe even Arkansas on a good day would have taken them out with the performances that they gave in that competition right there. And there's just no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It was it it was very mid, but it does leave both teams with room for improvement heading into national championships. It just also makes both teams look kind of weak heading into national championships. But let's talk about the first regionals, which was so not a mid off, which was so like a world championship, which was so like an Olympic Games. It was so good. It was Kentucky and Arkansas versus LSU and MSU, Michigan State University. In that one right there, that gave you life, that gave you spirit, that gave you air, that gave you water. Them girls was eating breakfast. Them girls had a snack. Them girls went to brunch. Them girls had a full lunch around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then them girls had another snack around 6. Then them girls had a full 5-course meal for dinner around 8 o'clock at night and still had room for dessert, because that competition ate so hard. It ate so hard. It was ridiculous how good that competition was. Um, some of the highlights for me. All season long, I've been saying over here that MSU, their weakness is bars. I still feel that way. I still feel like just by watching them, bars is their weakest event, but their truest weakest event on paper and by numbers is balance beam. And I don't think we should sleep on MSU. They're slowly getting their act together. Um, They also have room for improvement like every other team at this competition, but their base level was started so low. Like it was a second in that competition that we thought Arkansas, because Arkansas did really, really, really well on vault, I believe. There was a second that we thought Arkansas could have upset it though. Well, MSU turned it up, turned it up. Now, Nisha and Shayna, we all listen to this. Don't jump on me. I'm just saying my opinions. I feel like LSU was extremely overscored in this meet. I feel like, if I'm just being honest, I feel like Michigan State should have won this meet, and LSU should have came in second. Now, I'm not upset with the two teams who qualified. I think the two teams who qualified correctly. I just think MSU beat LSU on this day. But those are my opinions, and I'm entitled to my opinions. Um, I think what else that was really interesting about this meet was how it was a battle of vault. Everybody came out vaulting, everybody came out sticking landings, everybody came out doing good gymnastics. I wasn't that bored by floor exercise because the routines were so competitive with each other. And I think that's what made that regionals so good, is because every team other than LSU, I think if you take LSU out and put Missouri in, it would have been even better. It would have been even better. It would have been four teams who's right around each other's same level, right doing right around the same level of difficulty, are really good on vaults and can be shaky other places. And I would like to see that meet. That should be something that y'all add to the schedule every year. Kentucky, MSU, Arkansas, Missouri. But out of that regionals, the two teams that advanced was LSU and MSU, Missouri State and Louisiana State. And if you haven't seen it, if Number One Gym Fan hasn't posted it, you can always go to Addicts. It's Barry Godfad on Twitter or X and rewatch it. You can rewatch all of it. You can rewatch everything on Addicts Twitter, basically, if you want to watch it. You have Number One Gym Fan if you just want to see the competition, um, as it was on the TV. You could go to Number One Gym Fan. I think it's some other people. It's most the Ponia Fan. They have it. They broadcast a lot of it. It's this one account. It's just says gymnastics. Um, so yeah, you can find it on YouTube. I think they're already up. Or like I said, you can go to Addis, which is Addis Inc. on YouTube, because he has all of those competitions up as well. Session two now. I can't lie, I kind of was falling asleep on session two. Session two really was disappointing to me. It's just the scoring was just so inconsistent in that session. I'm not saying that UCLA or Utah shouldn't have advanced, because I think Denver could have placed ahead of one of those two teams if not for Vault. Vault really is the place that took Denver out. So I'm not going to say I don't feel like Utah or UCLA should have advanced. I'm just going to say I feel like Utah and UCLA should be lucky that there weren't, like Spencer from the Balance Beam situation said, they should just be lucky they weren't in the Pennsylvania regionals or the um, Alabama regionals. They were lucky they were in the Utah regionals, because I just don't think with those performances, neither team would have advanced. I think if they were in the regionals above them with Kentucky and Arkansas, I definitely think Kentucky would have advanced over both those teams. MSU would have advanced over both of those teams. And the gag is UCLA just beat MSU at their Big Ten conferences championship. So I think MSU and because we all expect it to be Utah, UCLA, or not. We all expect it to be LSU and either UCLA or Utah advancing from that side of the regional bracket, motherfucker. But I think it could be UCLA and MSU. I don't think. But see, with Utah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't paid enough of their competitions and their gymnastics this season to really have an opinion one way or another if they should advance or whatever. But definitely UCLA, the issue with UCLA, and this is something that Coach Janelle needs to work on for next season, they don't have good meets. What UCLA would do is they have a fire meet, which they had at their conference championship. Then they have a spectacular meet, which they had at day one of regionals. Then they have a very mid meet, which they had here. Then they'll have a really horrible meet, which is what they need to look out for because then the next go round they'll have. So if they can do not horribly at the next one and get to the actual championships just by their pattern, their championships they might win because that's their next opportunity. Well, not opportunity, but that's just their pattern of how they do. They have one meet where they're spectacular, one meet when they're great, one meet when they're okay. And look at it, it was conference championships, they were spectacular. Day one of regionals, they were great. Day two of regionals, they skirted by. Their next meet is their day one of nationals. They can't go into day one of nationals on some bullshit. They have to go into day one of nationals all guns blazing. And I think what would help with that if Coach Janelle just stuck with one lineup and stop having them to compete for lineups all the way up to national championships. Like at this point, lineups should be secure. You should, unless injuries happen, and then you should be, your puzzle. You should be having people stick landings. Like I don't understand why UCLA just don't have Jordan do the damn low pass. Like we all know Jordan has one of the best low passes in gymnastics, period. If she sticks it, she's almost always guaranteed to get a 10. Why have her do this vault when there's automatic deduction on the way she blocks? Just have her do the low pass. Um, Brooklyn has to be more. I mean, we all love. Well, the gymnastics community loves Brooklyn and her floor routine. She has to be more consistent on her other event, which is vault. Like she probably has, because right now, just in NCAA, it seems like they're scoring the pipe front halves a little bit higher than they're scoring the Yurchenko one and a halves. I think it's because with a lot of the Yurchenko one and a halves now, like with Nikki Smith and all the MSU vaults, the reason why, well, not Sage, but the one and a halves, the reason why I think it's going to be hard for them to get tens on those vaults, they're high, they're powerful, they twist hella early off the table. And I think that's the deduction that the judges are getting them for across the board. I think it's the same thing with Missouri. I think it's the same thing with Kentucky. Um, a lot of teams twist hella early on their Yurchenko one and a halves. Um, again, watching Oklahoma, I mean, I know y'all hate Oklahoma, but they just don't do that. They block, lift up in the air, then begin to twist. Where a lot of the girls, you would think they're going for almonars because early they're twisting off the table. Like, and yes, it should be a deduction. It should be a deduction. I know those landings are spectacular, but that early twist and block, it should be a deduction. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get some Wawa. I started this without even getting some water. Give me 1 second. Hey, Nisha girl. What did I say that you said no ma'am to, girl? How are you doing, sister? I'm back. I'm better than ever. um, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. And her name is, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Her name is Avery Neff. I don't think Avery, let me try to word this without picking on her or bullying her, talking about her personally, because I enjoy her gymnastics a lot. I think between Avery and Grace, oh no, Nisha, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it would get better. Hopefully our power would come back on. Hopefully your house didn't get too much damage. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry, Nisha. Nisha live in Arkansas, y'all. And y'all don't know, over the last 2 or 3 days, Arkansas had a little tornado outbreak. So yeah, Nisha's going through it right now. We always ask Nisha, just like we always ask addicts, do y'all are y'all okay from the tornadoes? And they always be like, yeah. One time addicts was like, ooh girl, it was kind of close to my house. And this time it was Nisha who was like, ooh girl. Y'all keep y'all motherfucking weather over there in the Midwest. Don't y'all bring that motherfucking shit over here to Tallahassee. Don't y'all do that shit. I had my house got hit by a damn tornado last year. If y'all don't remember. Um, and Addis is currently going through a blizzard. So, with all that being said, I'm hoping and praying no tornadoes, baby. Hurricane season better not come and tap on this door this season. Hurricane season better be very cutesy, very demure. That's all I'm saying. Because last hurricane season was fucking bananas. Three of them bitches came. And all three was so close to me. All three was so close to me. They all hit the next, well, not the next town, over an hour away from me. Each and every one of them hit that town an hour away from me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Hurricane season better be very cutesy and very demure this season because last season was bananas. With that being said, let's go back to gymnastics. Arkansas, not okay, yeah, let's go to Arkansas. The thing that happened with Arkansas is they lost Frankie Price, right? Frankie Price and Jocelyn were their two bit scorers on like ball and floor, and they did great without Frankie. They did great. They just did not have the firepower. Like Frankie was a big loss for their program, and I just don't think they just had the firepower on floor vault, beam, vault, bars. I just don't think they just had the firepower to keep up. Let Jocelyn stay at Arkansas and let Arkansas get like three more good recruits. I think Arkansas is in the picture. Let Jocelyn stay at Arkansas. Arkansas still get these. And when I say three more recruits, I'm not talking about elite gymnasts. I'm talking about just three more great gymnasts to add to their team. I think they're in the conversation. Um, so Arkansas just lost a lot, a lot. With Kentucky, I think with Kentucky, they have the vault. They don't have enough 10.0 vaults, but they have four good 10.0 vaults and two good Yurchenko 1.5. That's not their issue. And even bars is not their issue either. It's that damn balance. Well, no, balance beam is not their issue. That's their best event, actually. It's floor. Their floor routines are, in comparison to other teams, if Jocelyn leave Arkansas and go to Georgia, it would make so much sense. It would make so much sense. I don't think she would do it though, Nisha, but it would make so much sense. It would make so much damn sense, sis. Oh, it would make so much sense. Oh, it would make so much sense. Jocelyn would fit right into Georgia's gymnastics too. I mean, like Cecile is basically making Georgia the elite WCC. I mean, I kind of live. I kind of live. I kind of live. Now I know Laurent has went on to become the head coach of the Mexicans. Um, they're really going to try to make a push for the Olympics because it's in LA, and as they should. But I really was hoping Laurent got a college team too. So, and I can't even lie, I was hoping Laurent got Alabama, so Cecile and Laurent could, you know, rekindle the Georgia Alabama thing. But speaking of Alabama, y'all, I'm scared. I'm scared for Florida because I'm up here talking shit about UCLA, but Florida's also been on some bullshit this season too. I'm very scared because that regional with Alabama and Florida and those girls. And wait, am I right? No, Alabama is with. Hold on. No, it is Alabama and Florida. Girl, hell kind of gymnastics blogger are you? You don't even know the damn T. Hold on. Look for it. A bad one. A very, very bad one. Let's see. A schedule. This is what I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Just looking for the bracket. I'm looking for the bracket. I'm looking for the bracket. Bracket. Um, okay, so at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it's 6 o'clock. So it's an hour behind what they started yesterday. So yesterday it started at 6 and 7. Oh, because they did 3 yesterday and they're going to today. So that makes sense. We got number 3 Florida, number 6 California, number 11 Alabama, and number 14 Oregon State. Did Oregon State compete yesterday? That's not right. Wait, is it? No, they did compete. Not yesterday, the day beforehand, and they advanced over Georgia. Okay, okay, okay. So from this regional, I think it should be Florida and California. Now, what I think is actually going to happen is it's going to be Florida and Alabama. I think it's going to be Florida and Alabama. I'm pretty sure I can say that with my whole chest. It's going to be Florida and Alabama. The next regional is Oklahoma, Missouri, Alabama, uh, Auburn. I'm so sorry, and Arizona, which is the surprise team in this regional. It should be Oklahoma and Missouri. I just don't see how. I mean, Auburn is a great gymnastics school. They have a lot of wonderful gymnasts. I just don't think they have the firepower with for Missouri. Now Arizona did shake some tables. They shook some tables at their regional, so they could shake some tables again. But I just don't. Do y'all, do y'all think, Nisha? Do you think it's possible for Arizona to? That's what. Okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm so sorry. I wasn't. I'm not necessarily worried about Florida in that regionals unless Florida do some bullshit, which is possible because Florida is very good for fucking up too. I'm up here talking about if it, but unlike UCLA and Utah, I think Florida is the top team in this bracket. So even if they fuck up a little bit, they should still advance. Y'all some haters. Arizona damn sure surprised Georgia. I don't give a damn what you say. But it's Cal. Like Cal doesn't look that good relatively to the other teams here. Alabama is like surging. I think Alabama might upset Cal in that regional. I think it should also be. I think it should be good. I don't know if it should be as good as day one of regionals yesterday. Oregon State and Jade Carey. I just don't think Jade. I think Jade Carey is going to win the all-around competition, and Jade Carey might sweep all four events. I just don't know if Jade Carey by herself has the power to pull that team to nationals. I just don't think she do. She might. I don't think she do. Now, Oklahoma, Missouri, Auburn, and Arizona, it should be Oklahoma and Missouri easily. Like it should be. Like they don't need necessarily even need to like stick landings. Like they just need to be both be mid, and I think that's what should happen. I think that's what should happen. Let me find a bracket so I can. Oh, maybe I should go to this. Let me find the bracket. Bracket. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my god! And MJ got to be way better. You're right, Nisha. And today, I think it happened yesterday. There was a elite. It might happen. It might happen today. It might have happened today, or it might be happening today. An elite gymnastics qualifier for Jesselo team and the two World Cups that's coming up. Also checked and Doha. So yeah, I got to pay attention to that too, so we could talk about it tomorrow on the show. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say. Prayers to my sister Nisha. Um, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.